Okay. Okay. Um, I think I'm getting data, but I'm frozen. Oh, serious delay. Serious delay. Okay. Okay. That is funny. There's a major delay on this. Okay, so we are live. This is Discovering My Dividends. This is the first time I've done a live stream, period. So I hope you can hear me okay. Let's just check here. Yeah, mic is going strong. We're on the live stream. So this is Discovering My Dividends. This is my first episode. And what I'm doing is basically taking my whole investment structure, starting over and building it on YouTube. So what that's going to consist of is kind of what you should be doing as a beginner and trying to set up your YouTube your investment experience all in one, and I'm doing it on YouTube. So the first thing you want to do here is you want to have a goal. So with goals, it's kind of interesting because I could turn around and say, I have a goal of making $1 million, but that goal is really useless unless you kind of have some structure to it. So you might want to have a timeline. So I want to make $1 million in 7 years or less. Now, if I'm only putting away $25 a paycheck or $50 a month, um, that's going to really limit how much I can actually grow my account. So with that being said, you kind of set that $1 million goal, but then you set a timeline of 7 years. Now you have to figure out how you're going to manage that 7 years. You might want to have a strategy. The strategy can, of course, vary depending on the type of your account. So I'm doing 5 different accounts. I have an RSP account, I have a TFSA account, and then I have what I'm going to do is like a swing trading account and a 1% account. So it's a whole 1% rule that I created around trading on a daily basis. Now, don't confuse that with day trading because day trading is far different, and any day traders who are successful out there will kind of laugh and, of course, say I'm not day trading. So that is a very important distinction. But I'm going to be trading daily, and the reason that I think it's important to trade daily is because, especially if you're new to trading, you you're not going to really understand the market unless you dip into it. Now, the problem with a lot of people is if they start out, they're kind of chasing something. So you don't want to be chasing, and you also don't want to be trading so much that when you're new, you're gonna kind of make a mistake. You may as well buy a lottery ticket, and it's going to be virtually the same thing if you don't know what you're doing. Okay, so with that said, let's go into what my goals are. So my overall goal is actually that $1 million. It has expanded a little bit. So really realistic when I look at it, if I say when I retire at 65, having $3.5 million is going to be far more beneficial, but I don't really want to kind of put that kind of pressure on this investment side of it. So $1 million is kind of my goal. I want to hit that in 7 years or less. That's going to put me over 60 years old, but still give me some room to kind of play. Uh, my goals for each different account. Well, I'm looking at having my RSP and TFSA kind of do 2 different things for me. I'm going to look at one where it's strictly going to be ETFs and maybe some gold, silver, and copper um, purchases. And it's going to be, I'm going to be purchasing on a regular basis. I'm not going to be trying to manipulate the market in any way by buying or selling at a certain time. It's just going to be buy and hold, buy and hold, buy and hold, and it's going to be ETFs. The other account is going to be essentially that with stocks. So I'm going to be doing it with aristocrat type stocks, and I'm going to be buying stocks that have dipped, hopefully buying when there's increased value there. So maybe they've dipped too far and I've been able to pick up an extra 10 or 20% along the way. So I'm going to be doing that purchase, but I'm going to be purchasing regularly. So it's going to be stocks that are considered somewhat undervalued, but when there's a bull market, it's hard to kind of do that. And I'll be doing the drip process on those. So every time there's a dividend, they're going to reinvest in that stock. So it's not really going to work out too well. Although I may alter that once I get going, because um, if the dividend gets big enough that it is a significant source, I will actually want to have some control of where I put that dividend. So if there are stocks that are dipping more than others at certain times, I'll want to have that dividend. And I want to be able to put that dividend into the stock that is, of course, greater value. Now, my swing trading stock, which is a little bit different, I have a goal for that. I want to look at doing purchases on stocks that have 10 to 50% drops. So that you're going, that's a big space. But of course, during a bull market, 10% drop would be really significant. Whereas on a bear market, 10% is not necessarily that great. And you probably want to look at the 30 to 50%. So 50% is kind of where you think a good stock would maximally drop, like in especially in the last circumstances where a lot of stocks dropped to that 50%, even though they were good stocks, good companies, and so on and so forth. So he has a flexible amount, but swing trading it, and then I'll be looking for that 20 to 30% gain. Of course, in the bull markets, you might get more than a 30% gain in a year. Um, Warren Buffett has stated that there are stocks that will give you a 100% gain if you are looking at, you know, when they have their dip, and then when what they're going to sell at in the same year. So in a 1 year period, you can have a 100% gain um, from certain stocks. Now those are hard to find and you can't predict them. So I'm going to first kind of keep that really, really open. But I do have those larger kind of numbers in mind. Now I do have my 1% account where it's going to be trading for 1% gains. I'm going to be trying to do a trade each day. They're going to be with aristocrat stocks. So I'm looking for those stocks that have had that significant drop recently, have stayed down, but there is some potential value forward. So they're undervalued right now, and then I'm going to buy and sell them, and hopefully get a daily trade or a um, if not a daily trade, I'll be trying to get a trade that is significant and happens regularly, right? So we'll see how that happens. Then I'm going to be doing a little bit of crypto. Now the crypto part of it's going to be, it's not an equal part. Um, Whereas each one of these accounts, I'm going to be adding $50 a month. Crypto I'm only been adding $10 a month. So I'm actually looking at 5 different cryptos that I'm going into. 4 of them I'll do staking, and then Bitcoin. Bitcoin doesn't do staking, but the reason I like the other ones is they keep staking, which means every time I purchase them, I own more of them. And while they sit there, they are basically, it's like an interest in a way, but so it gives me an interest on that cryptocurrency. Now, the cryptocurrency itself is not something that I'm a big fan of, but if cryptocurrency has its kind of boom, like it's being predicted, it'd be a shame to not kind of catch on to some of that. Now, if I'm only putting $10 a month in, I'm not really doing much as far as that goes. So that is kind of my, yeah, I guess that's my thing. I don't know what you can see on my screen here. So if I switch that, um, I'm not sure. Let's go OBS video capture device. Yeah, okay, so you're not seeing that. So anyways, let's just see if I've captured everything I want for this session. I don't know. It's kind of funny because streaming is, I think, something that's really cool. I'm gonna be playing it out with my trading, and once I do that, I'm gonna have far better idea of what what I can do. Um, in the future, but I mean, I don't want to have a whole bunch of information up here, but I'll be adding stuff to my screens to see how that works in the future. If you are going to follow along on this account, I'm going to be going from adding $50 a month in each one of these accounts, $10 in the crypto, and I'm going to be trying to reach $1 million in total. But in 7 years, I believe if I reach my 1% goal, I could actually reach $1 million in 7 years just from that one account. So follow along, click subscribe and like, see how it goes, and let me know what you'd like to see on a beginner account, and how maybe I can share some of my experiences with you, and that'll help you get some direction as to where it is you want to go with your trading, and what kind of things you definitely want to find out about when you start. And we're gonna get into some other information. Oh, OBS disconnected, so I hope that doesn't wreck my video. Anyways, thanks for joining me today, and we'll see you for the next video.